Okay, what I'm going to tie for you now is a single egg. I'm going to start out using some red 6/0 thread. Uh, I'm showing you the single egg pattern today. This is simple fly, not very hard to tie. It takes a little practice to get onto, but it's still a beginner style fly. One of the things I want to show you today is a hairline distributor at Holsinger's Fly Shop. We get to try out some of the products. They'll send us every year. They'll send out their new products and stuff. One of the products they sent us this year was McFly foam. I know it's been around for a little bit. We normally, on other videos, we tie with the Bug Shop yarn, and I still like the Bug Shop yarn for sucker spawn, especially the fine micro yarn. It makes the really nice loops on the sucker spawn. But this McFly foam works great for single eggs. I'm going to show you why. It's a foam material, not a yarn. Okay. If you're a football player, this material really reminds me of pre-wrap that you put on your ankles and stuff before a football game, before you put the tape down on your, to keep the tape from sticking to your legs and all that kind of stuff. What it is, it'll come in a big clump like this. You're going to pull off the size you want. Okay, you want about the same size as the yarn, the big yarn with the glow bug yarn that we sell. Pull off about that size, separate it. It comes, as you can see, here, this is about 2 strands. I like to use about 2 strand thickness. But then I'm going to take and I'm going to cut it into sections about that long, about 1 inch. And I'm going to cut 4 of those sections to make my single egg. The color I'm tying this in right now is Cream Delight. That's been one of our favorite patterns up in New York when we go up for salmon. We like that with the sucker spawn. It seemed to work real well for us this year when I fished mainly single eggs up there this year. Dad stayed with his sucker spawn and did real well. But I switched to single eggs because of how easy this stuff is to tie. I can, pound out a whole bunch of them before going up there on my trip. So like I said, we're going to cut this into 4 strands, about 1 inch long each. What we're going to do, we're going to put 2 on the bottom. Before I do that, I'm going to show you, I also took and cut a real thin. Now you see how thick I cut the first pieces at. I cut them really thick. I take a really thin strand of a darker color. In this case, it's a late pink is the color I'm going to put in. This is going to be the blood dot on my egg. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 strands of this underneath the hook, and then I'm going to put 2 on top of the hook. When I put the 2 on top of the hook, I'm going to set my pink strand right in between them. Okay, I just want to make a nice clump surrounding the hook here, all the way around the hook. And then we're going to come in, we're going to make one nice big loop around this, okay? Get in the middle of the shank of the hook. You can tie this on whatever size you like to fish your egg patterns in. We're going to make a soft loop like this, and then we're going to pull it real tight with your bobbin. I like to pull it down on the bottom, and then we're going to come in, make my second one loose, and then pull it tight again. Now you have to watch, you don't want to pull it too tight or you will break the thread on this, okay? Then I want to put about 2 or 3 more tight wraps down in the middle. Okay, then I'm going to take and I'm going to separate the 2 sides. Okay, I have top and bottom. I'm going to separate this side, pull it back out of the way. Okay, now you can see the 2 sides on the other side of the hook. I'm going to pull them back. And I'm going to make just about 2 or 3 wraps back here on this side so my egg doesn't spin around the hook. And I'm going to take and I'm going to pull my thread back in towards the egg so it doesn't want to slide back on the shank here. Then I'm going to take these and I'm going to pull everything back the other way, just the same way. I pull these back, and I'm going to take my front 2, pull them back. You see the back too here behind the shank. We're going to pull all that back, and I'm going to bring my thread up in front, and I'm going to wrap a couple wraps up here in front to tie this off. Okay, now we're going to come in with our half hitch, tie it off. Now this McFly foam, why I really like it, is when you cut it, you'll see it snaps right into the shape of the egg, with one cut. The egg yarn, I have to trim it to get it the shape I want. Now what I like to do with this is I'll take my centerpiece, my blood dot color, and I'll pull it up first. Then I'm going to take the top pieces and I'm going to bring it and surround my blood dot, and then I'm going to bring my bottom pieces up just the same and get this all nice and tight all the way around. So I have all 4 of my strands. As you can see, I'm pulling all 4 up, getting them tight, getting them above the hook here, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut really close to get this the shape that you want. To get it small and round, you have to cut real close. This is the key. If you cut way up here, you're going to have a huge egg, and then you're going to have to trim it down to the size you want. When you cut it close here, it's going to spin around the bottom of the hook, and it's going to make the nice shape you want. You see there about, whoop, trying to watch my video here and see where I'm at. Kind of gets tough. You can see there on the video about how far I am up. Okay, I'm not very far at all. And we're just going to slice it. You want to get it back deep in the scissors like I am, okay, not out at the tips. So you make it in one nice swift cut. Okay, now you'll see on the top, there's your blood dot. You'll see on the bottom it doesn't fill around. So you just take your fingers, roll it right around the egg, and you see how nice and round that egg pops right out of there with very little effort. Now you'll see sometimes you might have a couple little loose ones there, but for the most part that's a perfectly round egg with one snip of the scissors. And I just really love this stuff. And you can see there you got your nice little round blood dot up top. I really suggest trying this stuff. We're going to carry it in the shop. Holsingersflyshop.com. If you like this stuff, give us a call. Look it up on the website. We'll have some there for you. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you see how easy it is to tie with this stuff, and like to tie some yourself. Like I said, I did really good this year. Fishing 18 mile creek with brown trout. I was just hammering the brown trout on the single egg pattern this year, and it was so simple. You saw how fast I tied that, and you can hammer a bunch out to get ready for the fall. Thanks for watching. I'm Sean Holsinger from Holsinger's Fly Shop.